ഇപ്പോൾ C.P.M കേന്ദ്ര കമ്മിറ്റി യോഗത്തിന് ശേഷം സീതാറാം യെച്ചൂരി മാധ്യമങ്ങളെ കാണുകയാണ്. അതിലേക്ക്
The only places where deaths occurred is in BJP ruled states due to police firing, 21 in UP, 5 in Assam and 2 in Karnataka, and Delhi, where the police is directly under the Union Home Ministry. These are the places where this violence took place. So clearly the violence has been unleashed by the state through the police. And this state violence is something we strongly condemn. Particularly the UP Chief Minister, his speeches saying that his government will take revenge. And there are now videos and evidence that is become viral on the social media of how police is destroying properties. Innocent people are framed for that destruction. And fines are imposed, like the British used to do, saying you destroyed public property, so therefore you have to pay fine. And people are asked to pay fines. Now this sort of a thing in independent India we have not ever seen before. So we are very clear in the sense that the NPR is the first stage towards the NRC. Notwithstanding what the Prime Minister said publicly, which is an untruth, notwithstanding what the Home Minister has been saying now, later after the Prime Minister, again untruths. The Prime Minister said since 2014 there was no talk of NRC after he became Prime Minister. 3 months after he became the Prime Minister, I was in the Rajya Sabha. A question was asked on the NPR. The Union Home Ministry answered in a written reply in the Rajya Sabha that the NPR will be conducted all over the country based on the amendment to the Citizenship Act and the rules that were framed by Mr. Advani under Vajpayee government in 2003. This NPR will form the basis for the NRIC, they called it then, National Register of Indian Citizens. This is on record, and after that the Home Minister has gone on record number of times, asking people to understand the chronology. CAA, then the NPR, then the NRC. All the non-Muslims whose name is not there in the NRC will be given citizenship under CAA, and the Muslims will be not given citizenship. So the brazen agenda, anti-Muslim agenda, converting into their fascistic Hindu Rashtra, the RSS concept, that is in motion today with these laws. So we have taken up, Central Committee has decided that we have given a slogan to the people of India, saying that when they are confusing the issue by saying this is a part of the census operation. NPR is always, twice it was done. The first time it was done, it was with the census operation. Census takes place in 2 steps, 2 stages. First is the location enumeration. Then it is the individual count. The census is about the number of people living in India, citizens and non-citizens. The NPR is about citizenship of India. These are 2 different things. There will be 2 sets of questions that will be asked. One for the census, one for the NPR. So we have decided to call upon the people saying census yes, NPR no. And there we are saying that as far as NPR questions are concerned, we shall not answer. In Hindi, as it says, हम जवाब नहीं देंगे. For NRC, it is कागज नहीं दिखाएंगे. For NPR, it is जवाब नहीं देंगे. And we have appealed further to all the chief ministers who have said that they will not allow NRC in their states to also stop the whole process of NPR, like the Kerala government has done, which the Central Committee has hailed as saying Kerala has taken the lead and the Assembly resolution, and the other non-BJP state government should also do, and now Punjab has done, and I'm sure there will be more states that will follow. So this is going to be a big movement and a demand all across the country. And the C.P.M has decided that all over the country we shall go house to house, explain the linkage between NPR and the NRC and the CAA, and why people should not answer any question related to NPR. That is an intense campaign that we'll undertake all across the country. And further, the Central Committee has said that all the detention camps that exist in the country must be dismantled. People should be allowed to live like they have been living. The directions to construct new detention centers in all the states, those directions must be withdrawn, or the state governments must reject those directions and not construct these detention centers. So we are against this detention centers. So we have worked out a concrete plan on this that I'll just explain to you. But before that, two important issues that we want to raise, Central Committee discussed, is this outrageous statement made by the Chief of Defence Staff, Mr. Bipin Rawat. Now again, the army commanders are entering into domestic politics and they are giving their opinions, which is unprecedented, and this is something unacceptable in our democracy. Before this, we never had any army official talking about the internal issues of the country or taking a political position. Now the Chief of Defence Staff says there is a need for de-radicalizing Muslim youth, including children, particularly in Kashmir. And what is most shocking is that he says already such de-radicalization camps are existing. Now, the first time the country has heard that there are de-radicalizing camps that are existing. He is the Chief of your Defence Staff telling the country that they are existing. So we are asking the Modi government to come clean and tell the country whether they exist or not. If they exist, is the army running them? Have these camps been established by the army? Now these camps or this sort of instruments are the biggest instruments that have been used globally against the minority communities. And this is something completely unacceptable under our democracy and under this constitution. So the government must immediately clarify on this outrageous statement of the CDS, which apart from being condemnable, has got very serious implications for our country's future and our constitutional order. The other issue Central Committee discussed was on the question of Jammu and Kashmir. More than 4 months have passed. Till now, communications have not been fully restored. Today, they have announced that yes, now internet is being restored, but then only for certain times. And again, no messaging that is going to be allowed. Public transport is paralyzed. Schools, colleges continue to remain closed even though officially open. The economy has been ruined. All the political leaders and thousands of people are remaining under detention. And when the government claims that there's been no arrest and detention that's been made, it's a virtual police state. It has been military occupation of Kashmir. So we are saying that immediately restore the statehood of Jammu and Kashmir on the basis of the assurances given to the Kashmiri people of Jammu and Kashmir at the time of their accession to India. Number two, release all political prisoners. Number 3, restore all communications. Number 4, restore public transport. And number 5, compensate the economic loss. The apple growers themselves have estimated a loss of more than 10,000 crores of rupees. The Confederation of Industry and Trade of Kashmir has estimated a loss of 1.5 lakh crores of rupees. People's lives have been ruined, and this is not acceptable. So immediately these demands will have to be fulfilled. And we've also noted the deepening economic slowdown and crisis, which according to us is actually on the brink of a recession. India is entering into an economic recession under Mr. Modi. And this has never happened for some many decades. GDP continues to fall, unemployment the highest in half a century. Now your retail price index has gone up, and currently it's at levels which is the highest in the last 5 years. Your factories are closing down. People are being